This is your Barbados Today Morning News Update for Wednesday, April 17, 2019. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Williams. We begin with news that police continue to probe yesterday's death of a staff member of Fisherman Dock at Sheraton Mall. According to reports, the man fell and struck his head at around 6:15 p.m. He succumbed to his injuries.
The workers reported at 6:10, an employee, their employee went to the storeroom. Once they had a promotion, they went to investigate what was doing, so they saw the employee laying on his back in the storeroom. They tried to resuscitate him. They showed signs of life. He was bleeding heavily. And they also contacted the ambulance service. They responded. They were signs of life.
There's heightened tension at the Constitution River Terminal in the wake of the 75% hike in the bus fare. PSV operators are demanding that the area be fixed, saying it poses a danger to all users. They also complain of being verbally abused by some commuters in response to the $3.50 bus fare.
The government needs to allow the people to know it's them that who is the fare. When they get in public transport, they in turn they're supposed to pay the bus fare as though it was paying $2. It does not make a difference in fares or in public use transport. We still have to make a group of people to get a salary. We can't pick up one but call it $3.50 and drive this straight down. It would not be notified to me nor transport. So if you need to know that when you get in bus, it's supposed to pay the bus fare and stop threatening the drivers and conductors. An elderly lady constantly catching the bus and begging for a drop. No allow me conductor know that she pays $3.50 and if you don't catch it down, we can feel it. She threatened my conductor, we call me conductor touchy, but we got to get people to see him here to make a living. It's wrong. They need to be charged when they threaten conductors and drivers.
Prime Minister Mia Mottley has summoned an urgent meeting of all major players in the public transportation sector to look at the current state of the system. The meeting takes place today at 11 a.m. at government headquarters. The head of the Small Business Association is calling for the removal of the 2% tax on foreign exchange transactions. In a message to government, CEO Senator Lynette Holder says the tax is affecting the cash flow of small businesses.
I am of the view, speaking from the Small Business Association's perspective, that government needs to revisit the FS tax. I am of the view that this is an ideal opportunity before me to consider removing the FS tax on transactions. I'm of that view. I will make that view public. Because I think that it all adds up at the end of the day. We're talking about cash flow for small firms.
The foreign exchange tax was implemented in 2017. Hula was speaking at an information session organized by the association for its members, with special envoy to the Prime Minister for Investment and Finance, Professor Avinash Prasad. The session was heated at times, with business representatives pressing for clarification about the value-added tax on online purchases that goes into effect at the start of next month. The special envoy said while he anticipates hiccups, every effort will be made to have them sorted out as soon as possible.
We know that there are lots of issues with the Barbados Revenue Authority, and whatever issues you think there are with the Barbados Revenue Authority, there are more with customs. And we have engaged a substantial amount of technical advice to help us deal with those issues, and we are addressing it. But I always want to be honest and clear with you. Will we get this exactly right on May 1st? We are trying our best to get it right. And what we have observed is that if we keep on delaying it, we will, you sometimes have to use the 80-20% rule in your businesses, right? We believe we're 80% there. We're trying to be 100% there. Because when government does something, it can't afford to be 80-20. It has to be 100%. We are trying very hard. We've put in special technical assistance to deal with this.
Prasad admitted there has been some confusion about the tax and stressed that consumers won't be paying VAT twice.
People think we are going to contact all the websites in the world. There are, as you can imagine, billions of websites in the world. We're not going to do that. We don't have to do that. If we had to do that, we wouldn't be doing this tax. There may be a billion websites in the world, but there are only about 12 payment processors. PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, Amex. We, as the agent of the Barbados Revenue Authority, sits in each of those 12 payment processors and has downloaded electronically all the goods that you need to pay tax on if you consume it in Barbados. So if there's a good that you do not pay VAT on in Barbados, you will not be paying VAT on it online. This is not a new tax on new things. This is a new way of collecting a tax because, quite frankly, we have not been collecting enough of the tax that should have been paid.
The Immigration Department is defending its treatment of a man believed to be from the Dominican Republic. One Abraham Ramirez Rijo was one of 13 people rescued at sea last December. While the others have been repatriated following positive identification, Rio had no ID or travel document. In a statement issued yesterday, Chief Immigration Officer Wayne Marshall responded to claims that a non-national was being held in a detention center in handcuffs and kept in a cold room, which caused his nose to bleed. Marshall says the man wasn't kept in handcuffs, nor was he restrained at any time. In fact, the Chief Immigration Officer says Rio is cared for daily and provided with medical attention. He also explained that the Dominican Republic has stated it's unable to confirm the man's identity, and as a result, he's likely to be refused entry if he presents without a valid travel document for the Caribbean nation. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is said to be actively engaged in talks with its counterpart ministry in the Dominican Republic to acquire satisfactory evidence that Rio is a citizen of that country.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Turning now to Trinidad and Tobago, where there's condemnation of comments made by the leader of a Hindu organization. Officials say the suggestion that Tobagonians are lazy rapists who work for short hours are racist and divisive. Minority Leader of the Tobago House of Assembly, Winston Duke, is among those denouncing the comments.
There was a time when he was attacking those persons who were attacking persons of East Indian descent. But now, as if to say he has conquered all of that, he has turned around, looked throughout all of Trinidad, saw no issues he could have raised. Then he journeyed in his mind to Tobago to say to Tobagonians, you're damn lazy and you are criminals across there. Sat is 87 years of age, and I want to tell Sat, anytime I know, anytime as minority leader of the Tobago House of Assembly, I know that you are in Tobago, we will give you a serious unwelcome. And we will make your stay in Tobago hell. You cannot come back in Tobago again and walk. Not you, Sat. And don't come back. And if you know you're flying over, we'll pelt the airplane with stone. We can't reach it. But just to make a point, we don't want to see nothing like you in Tobago at all. Nothing like you. And if there is any Indians out there who supports that, do not come to Tobago with that idea. Tobago is not a place that engages in that type of a derogatory and I will call it behavior that denotes people who are on ambition to divide.
And finally, 3 additional charges have been lodged against a white man accused of burning down 3 predominantly black churches in southern Louisiana in the past few weeks. A judge in the U.S. state added the federal hate crime charges against a 21-year-old and denied him bond. The accused is the son of a deputy sheriff. He was taken into custody last Wednesday and was previously charged with 3 counts of arson on religious buildings. And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Carol Williams. Have a good day.